Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Asim. I'm working as DevOps engineer. Guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how we can set up the macOS environment in Docker containers. So in my previous video, I've set up the application environment in Docker containers and show you how we can use different application like .NET or React or Python or um, Golang, whatever your language, you can easily set up might be PHP in the Docker environment on your machine. But in this setup, for instance, we have a requirement for a CI/CD by using macOS and using, and if we want to use that particular macOS for CI/CD, also for local setup as well, how we can do that. So I've done the testing on the Windows and Linux box Ubuntu. So I found Ubuntu is very optimal. And one thing I would like to thank and the SIG codes for providing these powerful uh, Docker macOS operating systems. So these are their repositories. Every detail is there, but definitely I have done some of the stuff with regard to the documentation, how we can easily spin up. So let's try to use my Ubuntu box. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to paste some of the commands and show you in case of any errors. And we are going to then move forward to resolve those errors. But this setup is very powerful and very simple. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up the macOS Ventura on this machine, Ubuntu box, right? Currently, I'm using Ubuntu 18, and you can use any Ubuntu latest as well. So let's try to simply copy this particular command and let's try to paste it here. And the name of that particular container is going to be macOS. Let's paste this particular command, and if I do docker ps, and it has spin up that particular container, and let's wait for a while. In case of any error, we need to wait. For instance, if the container exits out, whatever the condition, but it seems to be okay. What it does, if it successfully runs, after a few seconds, let me wait for a while. So what it does, it is going to launch a particular UI VNC, and let's wait for a while. And then we are going to install our operating system on that particular VNC, right? So let's wait for a while. So guys, the VNC has not been launched. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do simply remove this particular Mac OS, right? And what now I'm going to do, I'm going to move forward or backward, you can say that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this particular command, right? And let's try to paste it here. Okay, and what about, sorry, paste this particular command. Okay, got it. So what this xhost plus local colon docker does. So xhost command is used to control access of the X server, which is responsible for graphical output in Unix-like system, right? And detail you can easily read here from here, right? So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to navigate back to this particular command and simply I'm going to uh, use this command, and if I do docker ps, we have to wait for a while. We have provided the access, as you see, this non-local network connection added to the access list, right? And then we are going to wait for a while for the VNC setup. So what I'm going to do till then, I'm going to do docker logs f -f of the Mac OS. So we are going to see some of the stuff, what it is going to do. So we are currently watching the logs of that particular container, what it is doing at the back end. And you see now we are able to um, access our UI. Now we are going to quickly install our Mac OS operating system. So it is very powerful setup. So what I'm going to do, simply I'm going to press enter here, right? And in order to exit from this, you can see from the keyboard, press Control Alt G as mentioned here, right? So we can do that. So what I'm going to do also, and let me, first of all, I'll let it install the stuff. So I'm going to click view and I'm going to do zoom out. So, and then I'm going to stretch this guy a little bit and hopefully this will work from here. Yes. And I'm going to click this guy and zoom to best fit. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this disk utility, right? And click this guy. And then if you click this, you see the size of this virtual disk is this. So what we are going to do, we are going to click on erase. So don't worry, this is just the virtual disk. I'm going to call this awesome. I'm going to erase it and it is going to do the erase for us. And then we are going to simply click on done, right? And move, simply close this guy, reinstall the Ventura OS operating system and click continue. So this is how simple it is, guys. But the definitely installation will take about 2 to 3 hours, and we have to be patient with regard to the installation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video, and then I'm going to, once the installation is done, I'm going to show you some of the optimization we can do. So let's wait. Let it finish the basic installation. So to set up minimal installation, and we need to set up the agreement. I'm going to click on yes and select this drive, click continue. This is the drive on which our operating system is going to be installed. So once the installation is going to set up, what we are going to do, we are going to simply do move forward to our next commands. So next command, I will definitely would like to share, right? And let me do that. So if I navigate back to the document, so next I've added something like, for instance, we want to enable the SSH. So once you spin up, simply what we are going to do, we are going to navigate to this document. We are going to enable SSH. So by default, it is going to, uh, I mean, this port is going to be mapped to this guy, and your SSH is going to be available on this particular port. We are going to create user asyn, and we are going to SSH into this guy. And the coolest thing um with SSH is that from the local machine you can do run commands inside the machine. So, from simply from the outside. So enable our script over SSH automatically without SSH keychain warning and full disk access. So we can simply do SSH and copy paste these commands. And further, for passwordless SSH, we are going to simply copy our ID, user ID, which is going to add the public key into that particular authorized, um, authorized users file. So, but that these are going to be the next steps. Till then, I'm going to pause the video and I will be back with you guys shortly. So guys, in order to make this video short, what I have done, I've quickly set up my machine, macOS Ventura. I'm going to show you how you can set up the other machine and latest stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to install macOS into this particular guy, and I'm going to set this as my default browser, right? And internet is available on this particular machine. So what we're going to do. Let's first I'll let it install and accept the stuff. So I'm going to click on got it. So I'm going to show you how we can also do the SSH. So if I do SSH into asim at local host, and the port is going to be which I've mentioned here, and the port is going to be I've set up my user as asim. The port is going to be by default 50922. So 50922, simply type this, and I'm going to enter my password here in order to access this particular machine I'm in. And if I do ls, if I go to do, go to desktop, and if I navigate to this section, and let me navigate to this section, accept install. So, okay, and okay, we already done that. So there is a security feature by Safari, so that restricts. So that's why I'm using Chrome. It is totally up to you whether you want to use it or not. So let it install, and this currently downloading. Although in past I've downloaded these packages, so but it is downloading now. But what we can do, simply use this particular package, and let's try to open this guy, and simply click on this, right? So it is verifying, right? And remove the extra bits from here. We have to wait for a while. So let me show you the stuff with regard to the CLI. We have already taken a shell. So let me create a directory inside this desktop. I'm in the desktop make directory. Okay, with my name, Asim, and let's try to see whether it is created or not. So you see this directory has been created inside this particular machine. Also, I'm going to show you one more trick here, and the coolest thing is that you can do also the sharing as well. So in order to share, or this is the passwordless stuff. You can do that as well. So um, let's do that. Okay. So let me get back to this section and simply paste it here. I need to um, I need to provide the password. So it has been added, and if I do Control D here, and if I do login back, you see I have not prompted for my password. Anyway, this part is pretty much done. So then let me show you the stuff with regard to the share, and okay, so and then we are going to move to the optimizations parts, right? So okay, let's wait for a while. So let me do find here. So how we can do that, and we are going to create a directory. Let's say I'm going to create a directory. Let me create a directory here. So this is my local, machine. I'm going to make directory share with name share. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this particular command, right? So, okay, so for that, what I need to do, I need to install this sshfs, which is the file share, right? And I just want to make sure that it is installed, although we already installed it, and I'm just showing you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mount this uh, present work present working directory share inside my desktop. So let me do that and let's see what happens. So simply let me do first of all show you this is the share I've created directly locally, and I'm going to make this guy available inside my desktop. So it has been done. So if I navigate to share and right, and if I create a directory here, let's say make directory Pakistan, although it is mounted on my desktop. So you see currently we don't have any directory here, and let's close the other stuff. So if I create a directory in this particular share, let's see, the directory is available here in this particular share. And if I navigate back to this section, you see Pakistan directory is available. And if I remove this directory, this Pakistan, it is going to remove that from this desktop as well. So this is how simple it is. And you can also create any files, or you simply clone your repos here in this share, and it's going to be available on that particular machine, right? So that is how cool it is. And I've enabled this stuff. And if I navigate back to the settings section, right? So if I type here browser, I'm showing you some of the optimization stuff. So if I navigate back to this, you see now my default browser is Chrome. So it would be quite easy for me to use Chrome here, and there will be no security stuff as we see in the Safari. So simply open this guy. Okay, we do have internet available, and if I navigate back to, if you click on the new tab, okay, this was regarding the Chrome, and let's open on one website here. Let's say um, google.com, right? So you see, we do have internet connectivity. You can connect your Gmail account or whatever you want to do. Also, we do have also available our App Store available as well. So if you can simply click this, you can also access. By simply clicking this guy, and I've already logged in with my user. So this is how cool it is, and you can also adjust some of the settings. You can increase the size of this view. And regarding the optimization, what we need to do, although we have set up the SSH and file share, we can use this as a CI/CD. If you navigate back to this section to the official say course on Docker OS, you are just not limited to Ventura. You can have all the distros like Docker OS, latest Catalina, Big Sur, Monterey, Ventura, and pre-install Katrina, some of the old stuff. That is how cool it is and how easy it is to set up and use in your local development environment. Regarding the optimization, if I navigate back to our repo, so this is the link officially provided. Let me show you some of the stuff. This is the optimizer. This is the also repo provided by Course regarding the optimization. And then, what we can do, for instance, disable the Spotlight indexing. What it does, it is going to improve the performance. So simply, I'm going to copy this guy, right? And although I've already taken a shell into this machine, so if I navigate back to this section, simply I need to paste this command, and I need to provide the user, because this is going to update the command. So I'm going to provide the password for my user inside my macOS machine. So see, it has disabled the indexing. So although already I have done it, so but I'm doing it again just to show you guys how you can simply enable the optimization and disable screen locking to true. Already I have done it. So was I mean, I'm going to show you, so you don't have to log in again to the UI. So this is how cool it is. How it is simple and easy to operate. And this is some of the testing I've done on Windows, right? So you don't have to do that. And as I discussed, um, setting it up on Linux box is really optimal, and performance-wise, it is very powerful. So regarding the other stuff, for instance, if I navigate back to the SSH, for instance, some of the links I've already added, how you can do enable SSH, you need to simply copy these particular commands, and from the UI, if you need to turn on SSH, navigate to some of the settings as described in this option. For instance, from the general preferences and mode login. So if I navigate back to this section, click this guy and um, click this section, system settings, and you see remote login. You see, click this guy. So you have all the options. You see, this is I've enabled it, so you can also do from the UI and copy paste those particular command regarding the SSH. So guys, that is how simple it is and easy it is. You can use it in your local environment, set up different macOS environment, and also it can be part of your CI/CD setup by simply setting up Linux box, and you can use Docker and run this Docker setup. So that is it, guys. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe the channel. Have a nice day.